It's like a breath of fresh air, ain't it? I ain't on envy, I'm war ready. A young homie, work hard and play harder. That's why I snore heavy. They want my man, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Oh, looking sexy,
What's
bro. That's
going
what I'm
on, bro?
talking.
Not even. I'm here. I'm having to like sit under like this like overpass. I'd be looking like a beam of light to you, but either way. So what's good?
Everybody's joining the live. Everybody's joining the live. It's
Oh
dope. We
shit.
got about 7 people on here, and I'm sure they're all excited. No, it's dope. You know, most of the time I maybe have only 2 or 3 people until we get going. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So tell me, man, tell the people that don't know, because they right now you looking fresh, you looking like you ready to win another world championship. Let the people know what you're all about and who you are, man.
I'm just me, man. I'm Rico De La Vega. I'm a professional wrestler on the independent scene. I've worked for companies such as Ring of Honor, AAW, uh, Evolve. I've worked with people ranging in levels from legends all the way down to like you know rookie standouts. I've been fortunate enough to like be able to travel in different countries and wrestle. This is what I do. This is my passion. So like obviously it's it's been a cool ride so far. I'm just like enjoying it. So like my travels have led me to plant my roots here in Miami for now. But it is what it is.
That's lit, man. That's dope. I know that you were telling me you're out of Miami, and man, mentioning all those different promotions, I'm sure you've gotten so much experience. I was pleased. I was pleased and fortunate enough to see you perform live, bro. It was a great experience. I think you're athletic. I think you're a great in-ring performer. You know how to tell a story in the ring, and man, you're. I see a lot of great things in your future. How? What was your like first promotion that you would say that you really got? Your start. And like, is there a particular promotion, or were you kind of going around different ones in the beginning?
I mean, I initially, as with like every wrestler, initially start like at your home promotion. Your home promotion is going to be where you trained at, where you kind of got your feet wet at. So for me, it's the Monster Factory. They're based out of New Jersey, Paulsboro, New Jersey. I started out over there. I took the training. I built myself a great foundation over there because I was trained by some really great people, such as Damian Priest, QT Marshall, Blue Meanie, head coach Danny Cage is there. Um, a lot of people had their hands in, in my training. So I'm very fortunate to have had such a good pedigree. But I've also been, uh, you know, fortunate to have the pleasure to go to different places and you know, add on to like my arsenal, so to speak. In the Midwest, when I was training over there at Galley Lucha is more of a lucha style. It's more of that Mexican lucha style. So I got to incorporate some of that into what I have already picked up at the Monster Factory. Now I'm down here in Miami and I'm training at CCW, and I'm training under Gangrel now. Um, it's a whole
You
different
took me out
monster in
with that.
itself, no pun intended. So it's like it's pretty dope, man. So it's good. I get to kind of evolve because the key to this business is not so much whether you can make it. You can make it if you know the right people. That's a whole different conversation, but it's who you know. But longevity is key. It's not making it there, it's staying there. So as long as you're able to evolve, change up your style, be able to adapt to whoever you're working with in the ring, then you have more longevity. The more that you're able to do the wrestling part, do the commentary part, do the backstage interviewer part, you have more longevity in the game because you could be used pretty much anywhere. You know what I mean? People just don't think of that bigger picture.
No, and that is honestly what really impresses me about you is not only are you an in-ring performer, but you do color commentary. Your promos are solid, and you're right, man. It's almost like nowadays, not just it's almost like in every industry, even in hip hop. Like you can't just be a rapper nowadays. You got to be a graphic designer. You got to be a rapper. You got to be a promoter. You got to be a event coordinator, and everything in between. So I love that. I love that we can relate on that level because to me, pro wrestling has always reminded me of hip hop music just because of how grand it is and how a lot of people could write it off like, oh, it's just it's just, wrestling, it's just rapping, but people don't know that it's like the tip of the iceberg. There's so much work and so much business that goes behind the two, things. I was gonna tell you, you were saying they're getting changed by Gringo. He tripped me out because we're texting each other the other day, and you're like, oh yeah, man, by the way, I got to talk to you later. I'm with Gangrel. I'm like, oh shit, the Ministry of Darkness, like, like that's crazy, bro. And I know
Yeah,
you have
bro.
experiences. You kicked it with like RVD and things like that. So I think that you have so much experience, and you actually could, benefit a lot of up and comers in the game just by knowing, like you said, it's all about hard work. It's all about, like you said, it's who you know. A lot of the times, or a lot of times, people get it twisted, like, oh, this person ain't made it, so they're not working hard. It's not that. It's just a lot of it's political, and you can work as hard as you want, and right, the wrong person don't like you is going to be a lot harder. But you definitely paid your dues. Definitely paid your dues. I got a question, man. What is you have like an in-ring story or outside of the ring story that might be unique or might be different that you want to share with us or something like that?
I mean, I got plenty. I mean, it all depends like what you define as unique. I mean,
Something crazy, something wild that we wouldn't expect. You're like, oh
um,
damn.
I'm trying to think of what I could talk about. I guess I could give you like the G-rated version of some stuff. So all right, I guess
We on
I'm
Instagram
trying to
Live. It
think.
don't matter. You can curse. You can say
I
whatever you
know.
want.
So I'm like trying to think if I should do something more recent or something like from way back. So all right, I got one. So one of the cooler nights was my first time at AAW, based out of Chicago. It was my very first show with them. Security. I wasn't even a wrestler. I wasn't on the main card yet at all. This was my first showing up. Hey, I want to
Oh,
help
okay.
out, so they gave me a spot as a security guard. Um, Jacob Fatu, good buddy of mine. We start chopping it up at AAW. Um, we start kicking it or whatnot, and it was me, him, and Juvie. Who went to Guerrero?
Yeah, over to Gorilla. Yeah.
Yeah, so Hoovie, so me, Jacob, Hoovie, we went to this spot afterwards because it was in Milwaukee. I forgot the name of that spot where they have like the sports events. Turner Hall.
Uh,
I want to say it's Turner Hall. So anyway, so they did the show at Turner Hall. After the show, there's a spot.
I think
I guess it's not quite downtown Milwaukee, but it's somewhere in Milwaukee, and like they cater a lot to like the wrestling community. It's a really good spot. I can't remember the name off the top of it. Uh, but anyway, we were in there. We were just hanging out, having a good time. A couple drinks, interacting with fans and other wrestlers alike. Uh, Between Jacob, Hoovie, and I, we ended up closing down the bar to where they locked the doors, but we continued, just stayed in there chilling with the bartenders. Ended up to where Hoovie started chopping the shit out of the bartender because he wanted it. He's like, "Oh, please, can you chop me? I want to see how much I can take." And he just all right, then he starts chopping the shit. He's like just yelling, "Get juicy!" and just started chopping people, chopping. But like they welcomed it. Like again, that's what I love about this like industry too. Like the fans are diehard, and like there's no taking that away. Like when you have somebody who literally wants to sit there and let you chop them in the chest, just hey, I want to feel what this feels like. The dude was like completely bugged out. Like, hey, I'm getting chopped by Juventud Guerrero. Like this is dope. Like you know what I mean? Like stuff like that happens more often than not. It's just never spoken about. But like definitely, dude,
no, it's
there's like
dope.
a ton of like different type of stories I could tell you about that.
And the thing with wrestling fans, bro, and I know that's like, again, that's what reminds me of hip hop is like we're so passionate. Like people that work in the industry and the fans, we're also passionate because we know a lot of us that really dig deep into wrestling, even though we're not performers, we know what it takes. We know the traveling, we know like the sacrifice. So it's almost like it's a different connection. You know what I'm saying? There's no off season with wrestling, and especially in an independent, wrestler going to different promotions. There's really no off season. You really got to be hustling, and like you said, so I respect that, man. I wanted to bring some. Yeah, man. Again, I remember you were wrestling in galley wrestling. Last, I think it was. Time is flown so quickly, but how was that promotion like? Did you enjoy it there? And what was the catalyst for you actually moving to Miami? Was it something negative, or was it just like you felt like the time
Oh
was right to go somewhere else?
No, Galley was dope, man. I love Galley Lucha. Like me and I'm still in our little group chat about the shows and like, all that stuff. Like Galley is where I really got to spread my wings because, like you said, man, hip hop, music in general and wrestling, we go hand in hand in regards to all the politics that are involved. So, me living out in Wisconsin, I wasn't too well received out there. Whatever, I won't go into too much, but like I just wasn't well received out there. So a lot of opportunities kind of closed off. I'm an out of towner. I'm a stranger. I'm somebody who's new to the area that not really too many people want to give the opportunity to. So you got to venture out. You got to make your own opportunities, which is why I found myself, at the time I was living in Green Bay, I would drive my ass all the way down to Chicago just to go do a galley show.
Yeah.
And it started out, where I was just doing a pre-show here, pre-show there. Then I got on the main roster. Then they started using me more. Then they, made La Sociedad Boricua with me and Axel. Then we started growing. Then Ricky Cruz, like everybody, like we had like we garnered a good following because we had a good storyline and we had good performers.
Right.
I felt that like that's why I really like spread my wings and was able to like, uh, be more of myself and have a little bit more creative control in my character and how the group and the direction that it goes. So I cherish all my moments at Galley. The reason I left, honestly, the weather. I can't do it. I can't live in a place that's going to restrict me. Uh, just because of the weather outside, it's going to restrict me from going somewhere, from taking a booking, from traveling. It's too, I don't know, call me a control freak, but I can't just like, I felt like a prisoner at times because, again, I'm in Green Bay. That's like Canada's nutsack. So I'm like just hanging there with fucking snow and I can't go
I
out
never heard
because
that.
the
That's
roads are
hilarious.
shitty. No, it's insane, bro. And again, it's nothing against like Green Bay. It's nothing against Wisconsin. It's never against like, where I was. It's just I'm not built for that weather. And I'm not built for the restrictions that come with living in that weather. I will take a hurricane down here in Miami 10 times over a blizzard out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, even though I grew up in Jersey, I got to see 4 seasons at least. Over there, it's either cold as fuck or it's aight. Like it's like spring weather. Like it's not even summer. But whatever, it is what it
Yeah.
is. Like I'm more built for this weather down here. So yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I
It,
left. It was
matches
never on
the it
never
matches
any
the De La
negative
Vega.
undertones or nothing. Oh nah, man.
Yeah.
Hell nah. I wouldn't. I wouldn't trade this in for nothing, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like for example, yesterday I had a show. Before the show, what did I do? I went to the beach. I went to go relax my mind. I went to go tanning at the same time. Like, that's me. That's my vibe. You know what I mean? Then I headed straight to the show, did my thing, finished the show, and boom, here we are.
And I want to take a moment to say thank you. We had a lot of people join us. A lot of your fans leave comments. Brian Andrew Waters says he's like, "You, I want to get in this. I think he followed me, so we'll definitely follow up with him because he seems like a great guy." And everyone else has been joining. So real quick, man, what's next for Rico De La Vega? What can we expect? What's coming up? You got any events coming up, or is there any major changes in what you're doing?
Um, uh, there's definitely going to be events coming up. So my home fed right now is CCW, Coastal Championship Wrestling. Uh, Gangrel, he basically is our coach at the school. The shows are well put together. They're more storyline driven. It's not going to be, just hey, let's put this one versus this one for whatever reason. It's actually going to build towards certain things. Right now, they're trying to push myself and Alan Martinez, who's another up and comer from Chile, and the dude he's really good. He's their cruiserweight champ. But they're pushing us as a tag team. So we're trying to see, if we could, get that chemistry going to where we're, whooping ass. So we got a show coming up at Homestead that we're going to work together. We got another one in Pompano Beach at our training facility. Uh, but yeah, the shows just keep coming. Again, like I've always been that person where I end up going somewhere and I end up at the very bottom. Like talking about del piso no pasa, like I'm not going anywhere else. I have to go up. So like with my situation, I don't mind paying my dues. I don't mind being the undercard guy, the pre-show guy. because all you have to do is prove your worth, and then you get on shows, and then you get more main events, and then you get more bookings. And again, it's just like music, bro. Sometimes what do we do? Because remember, I was involved in music, so we'll travel 500 miles for a $50 booking. You know what I mean? That's not even going to cover our gas, but it's getting us the exposure. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting yourself out there and getting the right people to hear it. You know,
Right.
so it
You
is,
gotta
man.
have
You got
that.
to put in
You
that
gotta
work.
have that. Yeah.
Yeah, you need that drive, especially in this type of industry, like where you're an independent person, you're an independent contractor. So you got to make the opportunities for yourself. So you present your product, you let them know what you got and what you bring to the table. They're eventually going to hit you back.
That's what's up, man. Nah, great insight, man. And I really like that you're pushing the fact that, like, yes, it's all about you basically create your future. And in the industries that we're in, it's like it's in your hands. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be bad moments. There's going to be things here and there. But like you said, even down to the weather, you say, you know what? I'm going to find the weather. I'm going to find the region that's right for me. I'm going to find the promotion that's right for me. I'm going to find the teachers, the wrestlers that are going to train me properly. And you're gonna get there, man. I can see it. I can see your motivation. I can see your dedication. And it's people like you and me that we have these stories, bro. But at the very end, we're gonna be holding the world title. We're gonna be like Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, WrestleMania 20, confetti coming down and shit
Let's
like that.
go, bro. Like I said, man, it ain't nothing but a thing because the lines between hip hop, I mean, between music in general, but specifically hip hop and wrestling, they've been blurred. And those lines have both been stepped over. So it ain't nothing but a thing. Like I said, all you need to do is hop on a remix of my like entrance music, bring you in, fucking shit. We'll do a remix together. I'll come fucking film some shit with you. Like it's again, one hand, cleans the other. It's you just got to make sure
Hell
that
yeah, man.
you're good to people, you're loyal, you do what you got to do, and treat people right, man. Treat people right. That's like the main thing in any aspect of life, not just his business. Just treat people right. Treat them the way you would want to be treated. Don't be a shitty, slimy person, and you'll get a lot further.
Yeah. No, it's true. Because at the end of the day, it's like it's the people that are gonna push you forward. Like people sometimes think they're too big for that.
Yeah.
My bad, that cut off. I was saying people sometimes think they're too big for like the fans, they're too big for the audience, but in reality, it's the fans, it's the audience, it's the people that are going to get you to that next level. So you got to show love from everybody, from the janitor to the CEO to the company and everybody in between. So that's what's up, man. You're
Yep.
humble as hell. I remember when I came out the show, you were cool, man. You came outside, you kicked it with me. Like I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Because um, it's the
It's
same
always
way
love
with me.
to
Like
know.
if I met, I show them hella love because I know what it's like to take time out of your day, take time away from your family, spend your hard-earned money to come see me. It's like that's what's up. And it's people like you that are going to get to that next level, man. Any closing statements, man, before we real quick, do you want to give out your social media? Where can people find you online or stay connected with you?
You can hit the follow button right here on the Instagram thing, which is the same handle for Twitter, which is at Real Rico DLV. On Facebook, it's Rico De La Vega. Um, yeah, if you're in the Florida area, check out CCW. Give them a follow too. Coastal Championship Wrestling, Alive Wrestling. Um, we're doing big things and headed into the future. A lot of really good changes. Like I said, you got to evolve with the industry, and change is always definitely a good thing. I don't see it as a negative thing, as long as you evolve with the times. Fine example, The Undertaker. How's he been able to stay relevant for all that time? He's never really switched his gimmick. He's tweaked it to fit.
Right,
You know
he's
what I mean?
altered it. It's altered to keep it relevant.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what you got to do. You got to be able to adapt. So adaptability is definitely a must. But yeah, but aside from that, yeah, check us out. And happy Mother's Day to all the milfs out there and stuff doing their thing. The real ones, the ones that stick by their kids, are supportive. And especially to the ones that got their wings early. Rest in peace. Happy Mother's Day. Take care of yourselves. Happy Sunday. Take yourself to brunch. Do something for yourself, even if
Hey,
the
next time
kids
I
don't
see you,
do it.
bro,
Fuck them
next
kids, man.
you
Fuck
have
them
to
kids.
tap me.
Ha!
Next time I see you, you have to chop the chest at least 3 times, bro. I gotta feel it too.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
But I'm gonna wear a chest piece just in case, bro. You can't fuck me up too much. I'll be limping out to the
Come
next show and
on.
shit.
You can't do that.
But man, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry for the jumping back on the schedule conflicts, but I'm glad that you came on the platform. This is going to go on YouTube this week, so you'll be able to share with everybody. And this is in a humble way. This is a way for me to be able to give back and try to promote you and promote an independent entrepreneur, really, because at the end of the day, we're entrepreneurs, we're independent businessmen, and I know that you're going to get to the place you want to get. So I just want to be a part of that journey. It's an honor for me to be a part of it. So I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man, for giving me a platform to actually talk about my nonsense. But nah, man, wish you all the best as well. I know I see you grinding, bro, and you've come up from, that dude I met just a couple years ago in Kenosha and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, more than a couple years ago. But like, you're definitely
Thanks.
hustling and you're putting your fucking focus and you're grinding and it shows in what you're doing. You're putting your hands in different aspects of the market, and like I said, that's how you stay relevant. You're not only good at just hip hop, but look, you're running this shit here. You're doing lives. You're doing different types of things that are gonna keep you relevant, just in hip hop in general. You know what I mean? So keep doing what you're doing, bro. And I'm here, man. I ain't going nowhere. Come see me when you're in Miami.
Oh yeah, man. I'm definitely take you up on that. I got to get out to Miami. So, man, you have a great rest of your day, man. Thank you to everybody that joined. We had a lot of people join today. You got a lot of dedicated fans. You got a lot of people
I
that fuck with you.
appreciate all
So
of you.
much love, man. You be safe, all right, bro?
All right, take care, brother.